Yeah. Get rid of the glasses. Sweep back the hair.
Hey, so John, tell everybody why we're here today.
Darren, it's FME 2002 World Tour again. So we thought we'd come down here, add a little bit of fun to this year's program.
Cool. And the fun is we're in a Lamborghini Huracan with 610 brake horsepower, 5.2 litre V10, 0 to 100 in less than 3 seconds. You can't get more fun than that, right?
And what's a G-force again?
About 1.2 G.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's going to push you back into your seat, that's for
100%.
sure.
I mean, look, you just like, here's a little bit, a few pumps and bangs for everybody. I mean, listen to that, right?
Excellent.
How cool.
Excellent.
So John, for the benefit of everybody, we're going to be looking to take out some of our customers today, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So Locus is really lucky. We've got a great bunch of clients from up and down the country.
Yeah.
Obviously we're here in Wellington, so we're going to be, those clients are going to be based in Wellington today in the next day or so. And it's just a real pleasure to be able to actually do something with them. If we can't be in person with our event, then at least we can have some of them here in the Lambo and telling you about their FME experience a la James Corden, except they won't be singing.
Yeah, well look, hey, they're going on the XtremeX experience, which I like to say is a bit better, right? So just to bring everybody up to speed, so I've been working for John for the last 3 years, once again. Yeah, I've been working for John for the last 3 years, and I run a business for the last few years, XtremeX, which is a supercar experience. And look, we've collaborated on a few things, John, right? You know, especially when it comes to you sponsoring XtremeX to help raise funds for child cancer, Canteen. We've done a few things along the lines of that, and that's pretty cool, right?
Very cool. It's just great to have a little small sort of bit of support in relation to.
I miss that acceleration point, right?
Yeah,
that 1.2 G is right there,
yeah,
right?
Right, yeah. So look, it's just great to be a small part of the great work that you and your volunteer drivers do. Just bring a smile to the face of some kids who otherwise are doing it pretty tough, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, totally. So with regards to the World Tour, this isn't the first one you've done, right? You've done a few of these, right?
Well,
yeah.
I reckon, and I'm probably going to sit down and count them out, but I reckon this might be about number 12. The last 2 or so have been in virtual, not in person. So, yeah, it goes back quite a few years, and I've got a little guest with us today as well, which is the old Zipster from back in 2013. But I don't think old Zipster ever went 0 to 103 seconds.
And man, that thing's super heavy, right? I don't think that thing could go 0 to... It's probably slow. It's probably taking us down from 1.2 G to 1.1 G, right?
Yeah, it moves about as quick as I would do, mate.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about Locus, John. How did you get involved with Safe Software and the selling of FME? Where did that happen?
Well, you know, it's a very long story, but I'll try and keep it short.
Keep it short, yeah. Don't want to ruin the fun, right?
No, that's right. Look, I got introduced to FME through a friend of mine and said have a look at this, and so I did. And I had a chat to a couple of other colleagues. Gary Nicholson is one that springs to mind.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we thought, look, we'll see what we can do with it. And like all businesses, we started off small, but over the years we've expanded. And a big shout out to my partner over in Australia, Ruby Donaldson, who looks after the Australian business now, as well as New Zealand. So it's gone from strength to strength, awesome customers, and yeah, we, from acorns to oak trees grow, right?
And look, things have changed, right? You know, so when we talk about Ruby, when I came to start with you 3 years ago, I remember talking to Ruby and how I was going to go over and support Australia, which we totally did, right? For a good year and a half, maybe coming up to 2 years. Then COVID hit, and then like the whole landscape's changed.
Yeah, that's the old pre-COVID, right?
Yeah, 100%. But look, you know, I can. Being that I've worked with you now for a little while and I understand, you know, your business and, you know, really what you bring to your customers as well, right? That real honesty, that real honest approach, just there for them, always happy to answer a question, go above and beyond. I think that's why we get on quite well, because that's how I look at my business as well, right? You know? But I can understand how that all came about with Safe Software, because it's such an exceptional ETL. right? Like it's next level, you know, it's so easy to use. And I always like to think that, oh sorry, a few pops and bangs coming up folks. We'll just pause this conversation just a moment. Listen to those pops right there.
Well, you know, you're right, and I think we've seen that over the last couple of years with the way.
See, that's why I paused. That's why I paused. I knew what was coming. One sec, let's just hold that thought, John. Hold that thought, right? I mean, you could try and talk when we're pulling like a little bit of G on the next one, right? But I would probably say just hold it up. Here we go, guys. It's the anticipation, right? You ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Now wait for it. We're not there yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. I mean, how good is that?
Yeah, right? It is fun.
You know? But hey, look, I'll just finish off what I was saying, John, sorry, because I think people can relate to this. You know, when I think about FME and how easy is it to use, I really think that almost every problem I can think of, I could solve that with FME.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it's the right thing to use FME for, right, to solve that specific problem, right, doesn't necessarily mean that it is that, but you can do so much with FME, right?
Yeah, look, and that's the story of it, really, in a nutshell, because I suppose if you go back to the first usages for a lot of people, it was about having data contained in one silo, and you're trying to get it into another format, right? And so that was the reason that people actually got into FME to begin with. But you're right, you know, you talk to some people now, some of our clients, and they'll say that FME is the first bit of software they turn on in the morning, and certainly just what you said, really. If they've got a challenge, they're going to ask themselves, hey, can FME do this to begin with? And then look, if it can't, or there's a better way, then sure, that's fine.
And look, it's got to be pretty rewarding for you. Like if you've been about 14 years, because you're a little bit older now, right?
The hair is grey, all right. The hair is grey.
You'll have seen like that rewarding element of customers coming to you, and you've had that 100% gone, John. Love your support, really appreciate the Locus team and stuff, and amazing what they've gone on to do, some of these projects. In fact, some of those customers are going to be with us here today, and they're going to be talking about some of the cool things they've been working on in FME, how they got into it, and what they've done. And that's a real cool story to share, right?
I think, you know, quite outside the fact that, you know, the businesses...
Carry on.
Quite outside of business, I guess from a personal perspective, it's been great to see how many people in New Zealand are now certified as FME professionals.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had as many as we have had at the moment, all across the spectrum. So,
and lots of those people we've had training, right?
Yeah, no,
we've done
true.
Lots of those people through training.
That's true.
Help support them, ask them questions,
and the other thing is also, Darren, that there's a few of them now that have actually taken those FME skills and they're either working in Australia or somewhere else around the world, which is really, if you stop and think about it, you know, the skills that you're actually getting by using FME are not just New Zealand centric, okay? So you can, particularly if you're a young person, once COVID comes off and you're looking at doing a bit of travel overseas, you know, you can feel pretty confident that those skills that you've picked up over the years are going to hold you in good stead. So, you know, you'll be able to walk into some jobs. FME is that prevalent around the world, and look, just a quick shout out to, I was going to say, the Gartner quadrant, where we've seen our FME, you know, making appearances in the last few years, where it's an ETL tool that's been recognised around the world. Yeah. So that's a real strong endorsement of learning FME and applying it to your everyday job.
Yeah, I agree, John. And look, it's we got some pretty awesome customers, and they're going to be with us today. Yeah. And I guess one question I'll ask you is, how would you rate this experience out of 10? The XtremeX Locus experience, let's call it, right?
Well, look, you know, you've got to give it an 11 out of 10, right? Nice. And seriously, come and do this, all right? And speak to me. We'll make it happen.
All right, John. Well, anything you'd like to say before we tie things up?
Only that I hope you I hope you enjoy the virtual world tour. There's a lot of hard work by all the presenters that go into putting something together that's of interest for a real broad spectrum of people, right? So tune in to all of the sessions, and if you can't see them live, see them recorded. I'm sure there'll be something there for everybody. Enjoy it. Always send us any questions or comments. We're always after feedback. Otherwise, be safe, be well, and catch you soon.
Thanks a lot, folks. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye now.